Softwash TV, what's going on? It's your boy Kyle Maguire from United Softwash, and today we're talking chemicals. I'm about to pull up at the shop right now, and I want to go over every chemical that I keep in my shop and on my pressure washing rig for daily operations. I made a video about this maybe 1 or 2 years ago, and my list did change slightly, so let's talk about it. I'll show you guys everything that I use as a professional pressure washing company. All right, everybody, I just got to the shop. We got Medusa ready for some afternoon washing, but before we get to that, I want to walk you guys over here and we're going to talk about chemicals, guys. I have quite a few chemicals over here, and some of these aren't used as often as others, but I want to go over every single one. That way, if you own a pressure washing company or you're wanting to start a pressure washing company, hopefully at the end of this video, you gain some knowledge about chemicals and their usage. All right, let's jump right into this video with sodium hypochlorite, and I want to start the video with this chemical. I'm not going to say that it's the most important chemical that I use, but it's definitely the chemical that I use the most of. I go through hundreds, thousands of gallons of this every year because this is the industry standard right here. Sodium hypochlorite, it's the active ingredient in bleach, and pressure washing and soft washing companies use this all over the world to clean organics. So if you're washing a vinyl or a hardy board house, and it has mold, mildew, algae on the side of it, this is the chemical that companies are using. The industry standard, the strength that most companies buy it at, is 12.5%. I buy it at 12.5%, and I even get it at 15%. But that really doesn't matter. Some companies that don't have big distributors where they could buy this in bulk, they'll go to big box stores like Lowe's or Home Depot, and they could buy what's called Pool Shock, which is sodium hypochlorite at a 10% strength. All of that really doesn't matter as long as you have a good understanding of the chemical and how far down you have to dilute it to wash whatever surface you're washing. If you're washing a vinyl or a hardy board house, you're gonna wanna be around 1 to 1.5% sodium hypochlorite to clean it. But if you were washing something that's a lot more dirty, and maybe even more porous, like stucco or Dryvit, you might want to use like a 3 to 4% mix. If you're washing asphalt shingles or barrel tile shingles, you might be up there at 5 to 6%, depending on how dirty that surface is. But this is the chemical for organics, sodium hypochlorite. On to the next. Guys, I was just walking past all of my yard signs right here, and it made me think I need to prep more yard signs because I'm starting to run low. But a lot of people ask on the channel, Kyle, where do you get your yard signs made? And I get the majority of these yard signs made at UZ Marketing, guys. So just Google UZ Marketing, Texas. That company will pop right up. But I say that to say this. I'm doing another giveaway on this channel for Workflow CRM. So if you follow this channel, you know about a month ago we did a giveaway, and the winner was Ruben in Florida. I'll post this picture right here, but Ruben won a brand new soft wash system for his pressure washing and window cleaning company. And we're about to do another giveaway to give back to people that buy into Workflow CRM. So people ask all of the time, how do I manage my company? How do I do everything from quotes to invoices to work orders? I use My Workflow CRM. So check them out at www.myworkflowcrm.com. You could manage all of your customers. You could generate custom quotes for your customers with your company logo. You could create work orders, track all of your jobs on a calendar. Then whenever you complete the work, you could generate invoices and send them to your customers. And you could even link whatever payment processor you're using, whether you use PayPal or Stripe. You could put your link in there on your invoices. That way you could collect payment, guys. So for the next 4 weeks, any company or person that signs up at myworkflowcrm.com, they're going to be entered into a giveaway where we here at United Softwash, we're going to give away $1,000 for marketing material, whether it's yard signs, it's door hangers, it's business cards. We're going to contact UZ Marketing and put $1,000 credit on whoever wins. So check it out. Let's watch this little short video of My Workflow CRM, and we'll get right back to these chemicals.
Running a service business is hard. Keeping track of customer info, estimates, work orders, and invoices. It's a lot to manage. But what if there was an easier way? Introducing Workflow CRM, your all-in-one command center for service businesses. Store all your customer information in one secure place. Create and send professional estimates in seconds. schedule jobs, track progress, and manage your calendar with ease. Generate and send invoices all from your desktop, tablet, or phone. Simplify your workflow. Streamline your business. Sign up for Workflow CRM today at myworkflowcrm.com.
Workflow CRM is a fantastic software to take your pressure washing business to the next level. Just a friendly reminder, you have to sign up at myworkflowcrm.com where you could immediately start using the desktop version on your computer. But if you want the mobile versions, they have that too for both Google on the Google Play Store and the App Store if you have an Apple product where you want to use it on cell phones or tablets when you're out in the field, guys. Let's get back to it with chemicals. This right here is Graffiti. This is by Graffiti Solutions, and this is elephant snot. So if you're doing any type of graffiti removal, there's several chemicals out there. They all work pretty good, but I have found that this chemical company right here made a banger. Whenever I started getting my first state government jobs, I was doing work for Parks and Recreation, and there was a lot of graffiti at parks, and this chemical saved my butt a lot. This is small tubs right here. I like the smaller containers, but they do make bigger containers. The chemical goes a long way, and it does work very good. Next up is F10 percarbonate cleaner. This is a great sodium percarbonate right here, and I use this primarily for wood cleaning. I see a lot of people on TikTok, a lot of people on YouTube using sodium hypochlorite or bleach to clean wood. That's the wrong chemical, guys. This F10 percarbonate is the first step of a 3-step wash process that I use to clean wood fencing or wood decks. Great chemical right here. It's made by Pressure Tech. So www.pressuretech.com. They make a lot of great cleaning products. This is one of them, guys. And just a disclaimer, I want everybody to know any chemical that I mention in this video, I'm not getting paid shit from any of these companies, guys. So you don't have to worry about me recommending companies just because and thinking that I'm getting paid on the back end. None of these companies even know I'm making this video, and I'm not getting paid nothing for saying this. I just support products that work. So this is a great product right here for wood cleaning. All right, the next chemical I want to talk about is surfactant. And surfactant, guys, is just a fancy name for soap. All right, so surfactant is an additive that we're going to add to our sodium hypochlorite. If we're out washing roofs or houses or pre-treating, post-treating driveways, you could add surfactant. You could add it directly to it. Ensure that you're picking a surfactant that's bleach stable like this one. Or you could have a dedicated tank and line if you have like a metering manifold where you could adjust how much bleach, how much soap you want. You could have a dedicated tank where you mix your soap with water. I highly recommend this one right here. This is Eliminator. All right, and this is by Pressure Tech, the same company that makes F10. This is a great product. It goes a long way. It smells really good. This is a lemon cover scent, so it helps aid the smell of that strong sodium hypochlorite. It also breaks the surface tension on water, which aids whenever it comes to rinsing. Rinsing is huge, guys, whenever it comes to, not leaving soap streaks on glass. So this is a great soap to use right here. A lot of people used Kamikaze. This was a soap that I used to manufacture and sell. I had a lot of people buying it locally from me. I had distributors selling this throughout the country, guys. And in all honesty, guys, about 1.5 years ago, I started going through a divorce process. I stepped back from making soap because I was juggling too many things, guys. And that's just me being honest. But I am planning to bring Kamikaze back in 2026. So if you're watching this, it is coming back. All right, the next chemical I want to talk about is degreaser. And degreaser is another chemical that I use a lot of, guys. You've seen me over the years washing fast food restaurants where there's a lot of grease stains, and there's drive-thrus where there's oil. You've seen me knocking out a ton of banks with drive-thrus and oil stains, guys. And all types of commercial work where you're going to have those types of stains, you need a quality degreaser. Now, there's all different types of degreasers in the industry. Some are solvent-based, some are caustic-based. Caustic meaning it's a hydroxide-based degreaser, guys. So it is hazmat. A lot of these will ship hazmat. They're dangerous. You need to wear PPE like gloves and stuff like that. That way you don't burn up your skin. But I prefer a caustic degreaser because I use cold water machines. If you're cleaning like a ton of commercial work, like nonstop, I always recommend having a burner on your rig for hot water. But if you're just reliant on cold water, you want a hydroxide-based degreaser, like Gold Assassin, and this is by CWB Solutions. Gold Assassin, the guy that makes this is Bobby Fig. He does gas stations. There ain't nobody in the country that's company does more gas stations than Bobby Fig's. I promise you that, guys. So he knows what he's making right here. This is a high quality degreaser that I highly recommend. Let me show you the label a little bit better. CWB Solutions Gold Assassin. Go to their website. They do have a map where you can find distributors that are closest to you. That way you can save a little bit of money on shipping, guys. All right, everybody, next up is Cleansol BC, and this is a great product right here by EcoChem. EcoChem makes some really high quality chemicals. I use a couple things by them, but Cleansol BC in particular is an oxidation remover. So if you're ever washing like vinyl houses and you go up and you rub the surface of the house, you might get that chalky exterior, that chalky stuff, residue on your fingers. That's from oxidation. Now, in most cases, oxidation is caused by prolonged UV exposure. So just the house sitting out there in the sunlight, naturally breaking down the plastic. This is a great product that you could downstream. You'll have to look up the ratios on their company, but sometimes you might downstream one coat and, have to do some light brushing in just one or two spots, or even just reapply with another downstream solution of Cleansol BC, but it works great to get rid of oxidation. This is the oxidation remover that I recommend. Next up, we have F9 Efflow, guys. Now, F9 makes another great line of chemicals, and these are the two that I use the most often, guys. So F9 Efflow is for efflorescence and calcium removal. And you'll see that a lot of times on bricks, where the bricks are like leaching out this white, like crystallized material. A lot of times it's a combination of efflorescence and calcium. This is a great product that you could use in a pump-up sprayer to directly apply and get rid of that. You might have to use a little bit of pressure with your pressure washer, but great product right here. And F9 bark, something that I go through a ton of, guys. I like keeping a bottle of this on the rig at all times for a pump-up sprayer. But if you're washing houses, you might see a rust stain from like an AC unit, or you might have concrete where, there was a battery left a stain, or they had the old junk car on the driveway and there's a lot of rust marks. F9 is an oxalic acid. This works great to neutralize those rust stains. Also, we talked about wood cleaning earlier, where I use a sodium percarbonate. After I apply a sodium percarbonate and then I do a moderate pressure wash, most of the time with like a white tip, I'll come back and I'll neutralize that chemical with an oxalic acid. And oxalic acid also works to neutralize and brighten the wood fibers, so it brings that wood back to its natural look. So multiple purposes with F9. What I do like about F9 is they used to sell a book. It was called the F9 Cookbook, and there was any type of stain you could think of. They talked about how to get rid of it with whatever chemical they had for that stain. Now it's digital. You can get the F9 Cookbook, and I think it's free nowadays, guys. So two great products right here, Efflow and F9 bark. All right, next up we have NMD80, and NMD stands for New Masonry Detergent, guys. This is some nasty stuff right here, guys. This is strong stuff, so be careful if you find yourself using this. I use this for all different types of new construction cleanups, guys. So primarily I use it to remove excess mortar from like brick and stuff. So if you got excess mortar on new masonry projects, this is something that you're going to use. It even removes efflorescence too, guys, just a heads up. But like I said, very strong chemical. We just mentioned EcoChem a minute ago. I spilt this at my last shop on the concrete and like left it for an hour. I came back and the top layer of concrete was gone, guys. And it was all the way down to the rock, to the aggregate. So real nasty stuff right here, but this is a great solid product here for new construction cleanups, especially removing excess mortar from bricks. What's up, everybody? Before we continue, just a friendly reminder, make sure you check out Softwash TV Pro, the exterior cleaning industry's answer to the need for quality pressure washing and soft washing training. Not only will you learn about safety, but we will teach you how to wash. Learn from a pro the ins and outs of house washing, concrete washing, and low-pressure roof cleaning. We teach wash techniques and preventative measures for property protection. Softwash TV Pro will educate you about industry equipment and all of the chemicals used during daily operations. Learn marketing strategies from a successful pressure washing company and take advantage of numerous resources that will help you start and grow a pressure washing company. Thanks for watching. Now back to the video. All right, everybody, we have another chemical here by EcoChem, guys. I told y'all they make some bangers, guys. And this is a product that I wish I would have known about 10 years ago, guys. So EcoChem Art, and the Art stands for Anodized Restoration Treatment. This comes in handy with anodized aluminum, guys. So if you're at a lot of commercial jobs, commercial buildings, or fast food restaurants, a lot of times you'll see that anodized aluminum on the trim around doors and around windows. And a lot of times that stuff breaks down naturally over time, like being in the sun. And this chemical right here, this is a solvent-based resin solution, okay? So it's gonna work to bring back that satin look on that anodized aluminum, bring back that shine. A lot of times, if maybe you're washing gas stations or restaurants and you're using sodium hydroxide, maybe you get some of that on that aluminum by accident. So you gotta be careful around that stuff. But this will help bring it back to its original look. Maybe you're washing a building and it's really hot outside, and your SH solution, maybe it was left a little bit too long on that trim, that anodized aluminum around windows, and you're like, oh snap, you start freaking out. This works really good to correct that, guys. So EcoChem Art, Anodized Restoration Treatment, guys. Check it out. I thought I ordered a gallon of this, but they sent me this little tiny bottle. What the hell am I supposed to do with this? That's my fault, though, guys. I ordered the wrong size. Guys, I appreciate you staying tuned in this long. I know this is a long video, but it's a lot of great knowledge that I think a lot of people will benefit. If you're finding value in this video, please help me out and just hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. I'm always bringing pressure washing training and content that I know benefits a lot of people. We got a couple small chemicals we're going to talk about real quick, and this video is a wrap. All right, everybody, next up is LA's Totally Awesome. And I know a lot of you guys have probably seen this before. You could find this in a lot of dollar stores or Walmart or Dollar General. Super, super cheap cleaner right here. It's like a general purpose cleaner. But what I have found is this works excellent on gutters, on the exterior of gutters. A lot of times you'll see those vertical stripes, and that's paint oxidation. There's a lot of specialty chemicals made just for gutter cleaning, the outside of gutters. But guys, I'm not talking ratios on this video with all the other chemicals. You could look up the manufacturer's recommendations. But for this, I like to 50-50 this with water, and I'll use a soft bristle brush. I'll pre-wet the aluminum gutters first. That way I cool them down, then I'll brush this on. I'll just dip the brush into a bucket with a 50-50 mix of this, and I'll work in about 6 to 8 foot sections, and it brushes that oxidation right off of the gutters. Make sure you rinse quickly, because depending on how bad the gutters are and how bad the paint degradation is, you know, you could strip paint, guys. So just a heads up on that. I work in small sections and I pre-wet the gutters first. So LA's Totally Awesome. I always keep Windex, guys. This is just something that people overlook. You know, if you got a streak on a piece of glass, or you just want to clean like a front door, I keep Windex and I keep rags on the truck. Goof off. Guys, this works for all types of stuff. Maybe you got sap, or you just have some stubborn thing that, you know, won't come off of the house's siding. This is a great product right here. What do I got over here? Didn't even want to put this in the video, but sea foam, and this is some starter fluid right here. I was getting this old 2-stroke engine running. The carb was all gummed up and it wasn't turning over, guys. So something like starter fluid's great. If you got pressure washers where you left them sitting too long and you're having a hard time getting it to kick over, always having some starter fluid is something great. And what am I missing, guys? I'm sure there's something I'm missing, but I think I got the majority of chemicals that I use on a daily basis. I do want to address this. I'll be completely honest with you. I did mention Gold Assassin, which is a great degreaser, and I mentioned F9 Bark for oxalic acid. I do a lot of commercial work, guys, and to save money, I mix my own degreaser a lot of the time, and I mix my own acid, but I still wanted to advertise for these companies because they're great products. But I'll buy caustic soda beads in bulk, and I'll make a whole video on it where I light up a burner and I mix up my own hydroxide-based degreaser. I'll give you all the instructions. If y'all want to see that video, let me know in the comment sections. I'll mix up degreaser with caustic soda beads, and then I'll also buy, these are small bags right here I like keeping on the truck, but I'll buy like 30, 40-pound bags of oxalic acid raw, and I'll mix up my own oxalic acid for rust stains and for, you know, like fertilizer stains, battery acid stains, and for neutralizing percarbonate and brightening wood. I'll use my own oxalic acid that I make. All right, everybody, that's a wrap. I got to get ready because I'm jumping on my wash truck to go out and make some money. If you're out there washing, as always, guys, I hope you're crushing it in your service business. And I hope you guys stay safe out there on the job site. If you found value in this video, hit that thumbs up for me, guys. Like I said, if you want to enter that giveaway, if you need a software to help run your company, and if you want to be a pro, you have to have a CRM, check out myworkflowcrm.com, guys. And if you want additional training to build that foundation of knowledge for your pressure washing or your soft washing company, guys, learn from the best, check out Softwash TV Pro. Links are in the comment section on a pinned comment and in the video description, guys. Hope you guys take it easy and crush it. Peace.